So next morning, as you can see, the gaps are all filled, the putty's in, so all those seams are really dark in there, but I mean, yeah, you get the idea. So those seams are filled. Now on with the fiberglassing of the floor. Right, the seams are done. I just put a full layer of 450 gram woven material on top of that. Obviously just laid it in a little bit, so that needs to be flattened out, and then we glass it in, and then the bottom is ready, done. And yeah, pretty happy with the output so far. So what we'll definitely do today as well is make those side panels and the transom knees, and the plan is to also get the back together again, which would mean that all the bodywork, so to speak, is finished today, which means she can go to Alvin's workshop where we can take care of the preparation for the upholstery. That will take like a week, and while he's making the upholstery stuff, I can start sanding it down. The lower part will get a full coat of 280 gram with epoxy to get a good water barrier and to get a perfect surface, and then we'll actually start the paint job. So you see, it looks like we're gonna finish the project this year. Trailer needs to be built, that's another story. Engine is still something that has to be done, but the boat itself, progress is really good. So 2-3 more days like this and we're done. So the glass is in, as you can see. I mean, as soon as it's wetted out, there's actually no big difference to before, but nevertheless, it's in, trust me. And so what you can see over there is the already cut templates. They will go here on the sides and stabilize, first of all, this. And I start on the transom knees now, so that's just a rough template that I just cut out, and now it's fitting the back part. So I have to cut away a little bit here, because obviously our transom is a bit different and a bit stronger than it was originally. Again, it was a really good idea to cut away this back part, because otherwise there would be no way to fit in these transom knees, because obviously from the front you cannot get in. And so yeah, pretty happy about this decision. All right, let's continue fitting this and glassing it in, and then next update. Alright, so the back part's in, as you can see. Needed a bit of trimming, but generally that came out pretty nice. The transom knee, I mean the right one is in, the left one I still need to cut. So yeah, you can see it has contact everywhere, and not only will it reinforce the hull from the top in case somebody steps on that or sits there or whatever, but also obviously it helps to get the force from the engine better into the boat and into the bottom of the boat, into the structure, instead of only on the transom. So I think that's a huge benefit. And yeah, I'll cut the second transom now and then start glassing all of this in. Also the templates that I showed you before for the side, and yeah, then I'll show you the results. So next step, the back part is done. You can see that I used some tape to hold it in place, and actually also some, you don't see that now. I actually used a couple of screws to hold the part in place. I mean, as soon as the fiberglass is dry, I can take them out, and then there's anyway more putty and whatever going on. So you can see that there's a connection now between the part that we cut out and the transom. So that's actually 4 layers of 450 grams, so that's pretty sturdy. And I switched from polyester to epoxy because a lot of you may wonder, like, on the old outside. So with the epoxy, that's not a problem. And as there goes epoxy filler on the boat before we paint anyway, that's not a problem at all. Started also to fill some of the holes, and the gaps inside are all glassed in. So that's the inside's basically ready. So all the seams are closed. So when this is dry, I will start to remove the tape and then fill these voids here, and then it gets us a very thin layer, probably 160 gram woven material on top of that. And yeah, then the transom knees and those side panels go in. Those are here. Actually got a coat of 280 gram woven material as well to make them watertight and a bit more sturdy. So they are still wet, so when they're dry, I clean them up, and then they go in, get laminated in with some fiberglass as well, so they get a good connection with the boat, and then we're ready. So that's it for today. I go home now and get something to eat, and then tomorrow we continue with that.